I ask for the truth on behalf of Emma Murphy concerning relationship issues. 4 years together, and then all of a sudden 4 months arguing, fighting, you name it. Is this worth fighting for? And I ask this in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth always. So we'll just place the cards over here, and we'll deal out three cards in a spread of three, past, present and future. So the first card we deal is the beginning, as you would say, the beginning, which is the recent past influence. I usually say about a month or so ago, a moon phase behind, whereas the next is the present. That's Emma Murphy just there, and then of course Emma Murphy in the immediate future, just here, potentially. That's about a moon phase ahead, isn't it? Like the moon phase behind, the moon phase ahead. So that's about 3 or 4 weeks or so into the future there. Let's just see what's been going on with this relationship and all the fighting, and where it's led, or what was vibrating there. Let's just see. We'll just get this first card here, and what we'll do is just flip it nice and slow, not to disturb its energy. And we asked on your behalf, and where the deck split, of course, is where it was at its most energetic point of the Queen. The Queen symbolising love and prosperity, of course, and also because she's in the royal court, the Queen represents a woman in your life, probably you, no doubt. If it's usually the question, and then if it's the same, I would think if it's the same gender as the person having the reading, then of course it represents them, and this does. You in the recent past, very domineering, very sort of, I wouldn't say argumentative, but very sort of wanting your own way, dishing out the rules, laying down the law. That's what the Queen does, isn't it? And that's what the Queen has been doing just lately. Just trying to establish, maybe, let's just assume, well, not assume, but let's just simply say, I think there's a power struggle going on as people sort of grow up or mature a bit more and find their way a bit. Maybe they can grow apart, can't they? Which maybe this is what's going on, I don't know. But certainly the gate right now indicating some sort of blockage, some sort of barrier that is clearly getting in the way. And this barrier is blocking you from your goal. It's stopping you from getting what you want. What is the barrier? Maybe the relationship itself is the barrier from getting the relationship that you really want. The fact that you've been in a relationship for 4 years doesn't mean that you're going to get what you want. It just means you're in a relationship for 4 years. But right now, the gate has slammed closed on you there, slammed to on you, and of course, a barrier now keeps you from your goal. Regardless of the love and prosperity that you had just recently, of course, even over the past 4 years, as you would say, even though the energy of it is still there, you are very much the one ruling this relationship. Maybe because you're the pragmatic one, maybe because you're the sensible one and the realistic one, I don't know. Maybe you're not always out for fun, maybe you're out for something serious now and again, and you see everybody in the future in a serious light, and where we're going to be then when we've got responsibilities. and maybe people dependent upon us. Let's just rotate the immediate future, and there we have it, the satyr, revelry and indulgence, the half man, half goat mythical creature there, symbolising revelry and indulgence. Often Satan is derives from the satyr, doesn't he? Because the word Satan is just from the satyr, the revelry and indulgence, half man, the half goat. Maybe just in the next 2 or 3 weeks or so, people will be more interested in literally just playing the flute, having a sing, having a song and dance, enjoying themselves just a bit too much, sitting back and enjoying themselves, as you would say. Maybe too much time on the smartphone, or playing on Facebook or something, social media or Twitter or whatever it is. And of course we can't be doing that when there are other serious matters to discuss. Well, all I want to do is just sit down and just talk, just to discuss this one thing. Yeah, do it after I've just collected this email, or after. Well, no, well, you're forever going on at me, and the slightest thing starts it. I sort of get here that, which is understandable, isn't it? You can be under one another's feet, as you would say, and sort of be forgiving towards one another, but then something breaks when somebody wants to sort of get a bit serious. You've only got to be serious for about half an hour or an hour, if at the most, and then you can go back and play on your computer, or play with your bike or your car or whatever it is you play with. But it seems as though toys, singing and dancing, having a drink or whatever is going to be a bit more important than you. So he just, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And of course, because something else is going to be more important than you, don't worry about the banging and knocking there. That's just the fridge defrosting. I haven't got poltergeists yet. So I think just with this, I think just given the foreseeable or the inevitable, that's I suppose foreseen, the foregone conclusion is there. I get a feeling I just want to pull another card here, just to see what may be happening around about February, March time, maybe. Let's just flip this card here, just to see if there's any insight there, any other thing, warnings there. Beware of your trust of the wolf. Of course, maybe the reason people sing and dance and enjoy themselves and like doing out for a drink a bit more just lately, maybe it's because maybe they're up to something. Maybe you'll discover that there might be. If you discover there's somebody else, then this will be the time to discover it. In the sense, be careful who you trust here. Be careful when you have these serious conversations, and when they go out. Are they really going out on their own with the friends, or what? What's going on here? I've got a funny feeling, not that there's any sort of indication here that there is somebody else, but in the case of beware who you trust, in the sense of if anybody gives any excuses to why they've been overindulging or whatever and enjoying themselves, just beware who you trust, even if it's the one closest to you. If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, waddles like a duck, or a beak like a duck, probably it's a duck. Maybe. It probably is a duck. But if somebody's trying to fob you off with excuses, then I suppose the queen as you are there, as you have been, yes, there is a blockage there. Maybe, as we said before, the relationship itself is the blockage. When all people want to do is just enjoy themselves, eat, drink and be merry. They don't want time to talk about serious things, about responsibilities in the future. If we breed or go forth and multiply, literally, we can eat, drink and be merry, but we can't do the other bit. So just be careful who we trust there, and into February, March, springtime. Maybe, just maybe, some things like relationships and anything, maybe just some things do die a natural death, and maybe as it closes down, maybe it's time to just get ready for that, and just accept it, and just acknowledge that tomorrow's sunrise is the beginning of the rest of your life. So there is a rest of your life if you're young enough, of course. So embrace that, and don't allow things to hold you back because of it. I think really you're the best person to make this decision. I want to just pull another card here just to see what energy's here. The talisman there just indicating that really from the Treasury that you're destined to succeed. Beware of your trust. Whatever it is you choose to do, you will succeed, and you'll be the winner. Whatever's going on here. If there's any unfaithfulness, of course, just beware who you trust. Even if they start trying to fob you off with lies about where they've been, what they've been doing, tra-la-la-la-la, because that can start arguments, can't it, anyway? Maybe there's nothing going on, maybe everybody's faithful, but somebody is just not being mature, not being grown up. And sometimes, if they're not being grown up, sometimes if you've grown up yourself, or whatever it is, sometimes you have to leave them behind, don't you? Let them grow up in their own time, and then maybe meet them further along the journey of life. Maybe they're there to be met later on. But success with the heart chakra, notice the green of the heart chakra there, just as that sign that you've got your heart in it there, the looks of it. So whether I think that's the best as we can do, I think we've pulled enough cards there to show us some insight into what's going on, and I think you know what's going on really. So for now, these cards have spoken.